All right. You guys are quick. All right. I'm sorry about that. I guess I get long-winded and motherfuckers just turn my shit off. Lost connection. All right. Is what it is. I'm sorry, Emery. When I run my mouth too long, it cuts off my live streams. Okay. So we got you guys. We got a couple coming back. All right. So Susan pointed out some questions. What do you say we knock out these questions before the guys that asked them come back? All right. Let's do this real quick. All right. Sound all good. Shadow in Emery's face is annoying. That's the
I
laptop.
don't think there's much there. How's that?
Is that better? I put it on my face. That's a little better. All right. No, dude, I like my TR logo right over my shoulder. There we go. That's good. You're going to have to come snuggle closer. Come on, man.
That's putting me right back in the shadow.
All right. Well, then you stay
I'm
where
okay
you're
with
at.
being in the shadow, but
She don't like it. All right. I got a question here from Kobe Dixon. Hi, Carl, comma. What do you normally carry when hunting? I have a small little camo fanny pack that holds med gear, a map, space blanket, dragging rope, and a knife. I've got a big fanny pack. Big one's got pouches, comes basically all around the sides. That goes over the top of my TR gun belt. My TR gun belt, not my Velcro one, but my actual big padded one. That's got my thermal on it. It's got my mags. It's got my med kit. It's got all that stuff. I put that on. My fanny pack is basically lickies and chewies, and I got it. I keep a Sierra saw in there. It's a folding camp saw, and one extra magazine for the gun, because you understand hunting with a 308 AR-10. If you need more than one 20-round magazine, you've slayed a lot of white-tailed deer.
or you suck.
Or you suck. But I carry one extra. I actually hunt with 10-round mags, but I carry an extra 10-round mag. And guys, I've never needed more than 20 rounds in a single morning. We've come close. I dropped 3 white-tailed deer in 5 seconds. That was 2007. That picture hanging up in the man
I think
room.
I may have matched that up, not
Yeah.
last year, but the year before.
Yeah.
At your place.
Yeah, we've been burning down
was a
some
little
deer. No,
massacre.
I don't have to carry all the drag lines and knives and everything because I hunt on private property. It's a farm kind of in my wife's family. My wife's aunt and uncle, they've passed away, but they're my wife's cousins. They own the farm, and they've allowed me to hunt on it the whole time I've known. I've been hunting that same farm for 33 years, and yeah, we've always. Yeah, I've watched the thickets grow up. They were, yeah, I know every tree there almost as well as the deer do. But yeah, so I leave my big cutlery set with all the extra sharpeners and everything. I leave all that stuff in the vehicle. And when we get done blasting, when we clear over the radios, all right, rounds complete, you know, then at such and such time, everybody comes out of the tree stands. You go hollow out, gut, basically, dress out, I believe is the correct term. You dress out the animals that you've shot, and then we go around with the pickup trucks, and we pick them all up, and from there we bring them back to the shed, and we get the bobcat out. We get the golf ball on the rope.
The golf ball on the rope.
If you've ever seen how to peel the skin off of a squirrel, you put the little rock behind the neck on the squirrel, and you grab the rock through the skin and you kind of rip it off. That's kind of how we skin deer. We put a golf ball behind this. You cut around the neck. We put a golf ball right behind the skin right there, and you tie the rope around the golf ball, and then the head of the deer is hung from the bobcat. The other end of the rope is on the trailer hitch of Emery's pickup truck, and you just drive off. and it's hilarious to
Best
watch.
redneck trick I have ever seen. Ever. I've never seen better redneck ever.
Sometimes you got to go full Arab. You really do. Brother, I don't carry a lot of crazy stuff. Guys out there with their bull elk horns.
I take that in Colorado.
Yeah, but
If I'm elk hunting.
I don't need it. I set up ambushes and we run it like a military op. We run satellite imagery. Now, you mentioned having a map. What I will say is everybody that goes out there, they get a copy of the PowerPoint slide. It's basically satellite imagery that has an overlay of everybody's locations. And then on the back of that, it has locations of the med gear, contact plans, this, that, and the other. So it's one piece of paper that has all the information. And the reason why we do that is a lot of the hunters are, and I only hunt opening day of deer season. That's it. The freezers are full. We're usually done hunting by 10 in the morning, and then it takes the rest of the day to quarter up and process whether it's 6 deer, 10 deer. The record was 17 deer on the ground by 7:30 in the morning. That was the record.
Now, for the record, that's not more deer than is allowed per permit because we got a bunch of people.
Yeah, I had a bunch of people there, and in Kentucky, you are allowed 1 antlered deer per season. Your tag
3
comes
does.
with so many does, but you can purchase additional doe tags, unlimited number in Kentucky. You can take as many does as you want if you buy the tags. But we had plenty of people there, and we didn't shoot too many bucks. Wink, wink.
Ever.
Wink, wink. I'm not an antler hunter, guys. I don't do that. I don't do antlers. Not my thing.
Plus the does.
Carl or Emery wild hogs, of course. Wild hogs are like what is it? Wild hogs are kind of like what do you call it? Like
trash pandas.
Yeah, they're vermin. You treat them like coyotes, and you sometimes
I got some wild hog stories.
Sometimes you got to get your sleigh on.
You
tell them about the one that you got
here in Florida. Shit. What was it? 5-6 years ago. I got a wild hog here in Florida with a spear. Nothing but no gun.
Yeah, so spear. I got to top that. I'm going to have to get one with like 2 big pig sticker knives and jump out of the tree. Luke B, TR Live, have you messed around with any civilian available drones for intel? Some can stream data on a closed wireless tunnel. Understand when you say closed wireless tunnel and you start talking crypto secured, understand that is still open bandwidth. And what I mean by that is, it used to be you could be anywhere in the world and you could watch predator feeds. Serious heart attack. And they finally got around to encrypting all of that stuff. But understand that data is still there. So it isn't nice to say that, I've got my own encrypted feed for my civilian drone. That's fine, but understand it is still broadcasting data. And whether it's Wi-Fi, whether it's cell phone, understand it's still radio waves, all right? Unless you're setting up microwave antennas to send microwave data from one antenna directly to the other, understand that it's still radio waves. So encrypted, always going to be better, but understand at the same time, it's very, very easy for people to jam them.
Hey, now, Carl, what? Let me break you a second. I'm going to clear my spot a second. I'm going to bring in my buddy Mikey to have
Mikey.
A chat. Right?
Come visit, Mikey. No, but Mikey's getting settled here. As far as civilian drones, one, I'll tell you that my family has several drones, number one. Number two, if you do not have a drone, you need to get one. 3 reasons. One, you need to stay up with current technology, one. 2, you need to learn the benefits and drawbacks of drones, because that will help you counter somebody using drones against you. But having drones as part of your security plan around your home or your property, it's a no-brainer. We get flooding so bad that I can't drive my Jeep across the fields because the fields are just so soft. Why do it? Literally, the rain has stopped. It's a little windy. Who gives a shit? Send the drone up, and I can literally fly the outskirts of the property. And so, yeah, I'm very, very big on drones. Even guys, I don't care if you live in an apartment complex. Go up to the roof, launch. Everyone should learn how to use drones. Right, Mikey, how you doing, brother?
What's up, buddy? How are you, man?
Dude, I know who you used to work with. Guys, Mikey's good people, but you're working with a nonprofit now.
I am.
So we wanted Mikey to share with you guys. He's not looking for handouts. He's not.
No.
He's not. But I'm looking to help get the word out about his organization because he's really doing great stuff. So first off, what's it called?
The name of the organization is Hero Sports.
Hero Sports.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you can find it at herosports.org. Now that's Heroes, ROES, for us ASVAB players like me. It's the actual plural of heroes.
Yeah.
Not apostrophe, not OS. There's an E in there. I don't know. So so Hero Sports. And what we do is we
so is it 2 S's in a row?
Yes, sir.
It is.
Which is confusing. It
You
messes
got
up my email address.
Heroes, and then the word sports with no space. .org.
Yeah.
O-R-G. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Donut, can you put that in the chat for me? I'd appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
Nice.
All right, go ahead.
It's what we do is we provide sports and recreation for our nation's active duty, National Guardsmen, reservists, and honorably discharged veterans. And we will do anything from, I take guys skydiving to, softball, to golf, to whatever. So it's sports recreation. If we can get you off the couch and moving again and idle hands make idle problems. If we can get you up and going, we're going to do our best to do it. But we also offer peer-to-peer counseling, and there's, financial classes that we try to set up and things like that. Anything that can be beneficial for the veteran community.
Yeah, awesome stuff. Well, that is cool, man. That is
awesome.
Cool. So hey, anyways, if two things. One, if you guys are out there and you're like, hey, I want to help out. Carl's trying to make the world a better place, and I am. How can I help Carl make the world a better place? All right. This is how you do it. Not me. I'm going to do classes whether you support me or not. And don't get me wrong. I love the support of all my patrons. But I'm doing what I can. I can't do more videos a week. I can't do more classes. I don't have the time to do it. So you want to help. There are great organizations out there like Hero Sports. Well, first time I met Mikey, and I didn't know who Mikey was. I came out here with my son. This was March before last, and he was already working with Round Canopy Parachute Team. And these guys, they just completely welcomed us in and made us part of the family. And just seeing what they do for everybody, I was like, this guy's good people. Mikey's good people.
This club, RCPT USA, it's
freaking awesome.
Dude, I can't say enough nice things about this place, man. Like you nailed it. It's welcoming. It's just completely welcoming. And it doesn't matter where you're from, who you are. It's just awesome. So if you've ever thought about parachuting or any kind of airborne operations, maybe you wanted to do it before. Dude, I can't recommend this. I recommend this place to people all the time, man.
Yeah. I mean, I had a guy last class. I think he's coming back this time. He had an uncle that was a Green Beret in Vietnam. Okay, his uncle passed away. Wanted to do a little thing to honor him. Had a guy that was in the infantry. Went straight to combat in Afghanistan. Came back. Needed to get out for whatever reason. Never made it to airborne school. But it was something he always wanted to do. Never did it. I had guys that just needed an out, just needed something else to focus on. And we've got this class. Mikey is doing his test tomorrow, right, for Jump Master. I got my hat. Thank God, because I'm watching him. And the cool part about Round Canopy Parachute Team, it doesn't have Jump Master wings on it yet. these guys, round canopy parachute team does not lower the standards. I'm here to tell you, when I came here a year ago for Jump Master Refresher, because my last time doing static line Jump Master was putting my A team out in the Ethiopia out of a C-141.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because I went to a Halo team straight after that. All the rest of my jumps were Halo.
Sure.
Why the hell would I get static line? That shit's dangerous.
Right, that shit's
hell with
hard, man.
that.
Those landings hurt.
You get hurt doing static line.
You gotta think.
So I never did static line again. But they're like, hey, we'll get you back up to speed being a jump master, and you can help us put your son through airborne school, and then you can put your son and Emery and all the rest of the tactical rifleman team, you can put him out of that World War II airplane, the C-47. And I was like, that would be so cool. I'm here to tell you, these guys, round canopy parachute team, Mikey included, they run a more professional program than I learned more from these guys than I did at Fort Benning or Fort Bragg, as far as airborne ops and the safety. And there's no loud black hats yelling at you and dropping you for push-ups and just doing stupid shit. Yeah, I'm like, what? It's total joy, total joy.
I don't run no more. No more exercise.
I remember that first class, dude, because he comes out in a freaking suit, a no shit suit, and puts on the rig. I think he had it was like a gray suit with red socks, tuxedo. That's what it was, and jumps out the plane live on Facebook and lowers this flag. And I'm like, yep, 100% awesome. So, Mikey, just thanks for welcoming me in
I
here.
appreciate you, man. We appreciate you.
I appreciate the support.
Carl, you've done so much for the team, man, for RCPT and your patrons and people who have followed you for a long time, who have come out here and learned about,
beer
you don't drink. They've learned about this team through you and stuff, man. I mean, you're doing it, man. You're helping out this team, and I know that it's well appreciated, man. And me, I never got to go to Benning, because I'm a Marine. Like 15 years plus in the Marine Corps, I asked to go airborne every single year.
Yeah.
And RCPT was the only reason that I was ever able to even get into this world. And now I'm starting to
dude, you do skydiving now and everything.
I drank their Kool-Aid, man. I drank the Kool-Aid.
Emery started skydiving, and Emery's like, "Hey, Carl, man, you could get back into skydiving, and we could do videos and start another channel and do all this jackassery. So we could start jumping with guns and shooting under canopy." And I'm like, "No, Emery, you can do it." I'm happy Emery has got a hobby that does not involve violence, right? Karambits, Krav Maga, and gunfighting. That's Emery's whole life. So I am so happy that Emery has found an outlet.
He told me he was into hot dudes too. That was
weird.
But
I only support some of his hobbies. Some of them.
Got it.
All right. But no, I'm very happy for Emery. But guys, when I retired, actually it was like 6 months after I retired, guys from my old unit, my old Halo team, they're like, "Hey, Sergeant Major, man, we got to shoot for you if you want to come out and jump." I'm like, whoa, number one, dude, I'm retired. If they find out you let a civilian jump Halo out of an MC-130, understand you're losing rank. Yeah. If I get hurt, you're going to freaking jail.
Yeah, you're going to
Leavenworth.
Yeah.
But I've never had to pull my reserve. I very seldom hit the drop zone either, but never had any issues. So knock on wood, I don't want to push the envelope. A lot of other guys, Sularoo, big into skydiving, and that's awesome. But my knees are already shot, my ankles are shot, everything. So I wasn't going to jump anymore. But I was talking to Rick Lamb.
That'll do it.
Who I had lost contact with for years. I had no idea how awesome Rick Lamb was. Command Sergeant Major Rick Lamb.
He's an awesome guy. Talking
to him, and he shows me this picture of him in a World War II uniform going out the door of the C-47. And he's like, "You see this? This was over Normandy for the 75th anniversary of the D-Day invasion." I'm like, "You went to France and jumped in?" He's like, "Yeah. You see the guy in the door going out behind me? That's my son." He's like, "That trip me and my son got the bond.
Me and his son we went through our jump school here together. We were classmates together.
You guys, if you were at the first part of this live stream, and we only got 110 people here, I mentioned earlier that I did 25 years in the military. I'm 55 years old. I've done a lot of messed up stuff, but I only have one regret in life, one. And that is that when the towers fell, I missed 10 years of my son and my daughter growing up. So if there's ever anything I can do to try to get some of that time back, I always try to jump at it. So when Rick Lamb said him and his son, it was a great bonding experience, I went, fuck.
Yep.
Damn it. So I called my son. I said, hey, Nick, this is what Sergeant Major Rick Lamb did with his son. You think you'd be interested in doing it? And he just, oh, that would be awesome. And I was like,
he said it would be awesome until that first jump. You remember that?
Yeah.
He screamed all the way down. It was awesome. I was yelling at him. I was like, just put your feet together, bro.
So we come down to do it. And can you understand one of two things going to happen? He's going to land on his first jump, and he's going to, because I ran out there, because one of two things going to happen. He's either going to say, this sucked, this hurt, Mom was right, or Dad, that was awesome, in which case Dad scores points. And like saying, they're all yelling at Rick. There's only one jumper in the air, your first jump.
Yeah.
And he comes down, and he hit a train wreck, man. He got hit right in the face with a planet. Pow!
Not a good deal.
And so I go running over there, and I'm like, hey. And I can see the look on his face is like, and I just always like, this could go either way. I'm like, Nick, how was it? And he went, that was awesome! Woo! And I was like, yes.
Yep.
So I probably would have done it once, got certified. All right, let's go jump into Normandy. But then I met these guys. I met Mike. I met Bill. And this is
Bill
such a
Barkham
great thing, dude. Such a great thing. So you guys will see me back. We're gonna do this twice a year. June coming up is obviously next year, 2023. June coming up is the 79th anniversary of the D-Day invasion.
Mhm.
So that's when I'm going to try to do my knee replacement. That gives me a year, 12 months rehab. I don't relax. I'm still going to do shooting classes. I'll just have this bitch taped up real bad, right? But the 80th anniversary of the D-Day invasion, and me and my son, we're gonna be with Round Canopy Parachute Team USA, and we're gonna go jump into D-Day anniversary in Normandy, France, along with the Round Canopy Parachute Team France, Round Canopy Parachute Team Netherlands, Round Canopy Parachute Team Great Britain, or whatever. There's a bunch of them. Anyways, it's a big drink fest. Not why I'm going, honey.
It's gonna be awesome.
Not why I'm going.
I'll be there for the 80th.
But yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
amazing.
awesome. All right, so I got a couple more questions came in. I don't even mess with the chat because I have a moderator in Australia.
Real quick,
it does. Yeah. So I have a moderator in Australia, a bunch of moderators, but they pull questions for me. Carl, are there any advantages to a lightweight bolt gun? Shit hits the fan scenario. Yes and no. Hear me out. All right. Now,
what do you mean by lightweight?
Yeah, lightweight. And what they're getting at is if you shoot precision rifle series right now, you watch a lot of those guys, they carry them straight from their truck to the firing line.
Yeah.
And they are putting like bronze inserts that make the guns heavier so that the gun doesn't move. They can manage recoil better.
Sure.
A lot of those guns are like 30 freaking pounds. Fuck that.
Right.
I need a lightweight gun that I can run across the battlefield on, that I can climb the mountain in Afghanistan. So I like lightweight guns, lightweight precision rifles. Now, I'm not saying bolt guns. So if you're going to compete precision rifle and just that, go get yourself a lead sled, heavy gun, and get trophies. I could care. That's not me. I'm about tactical shooting. Now, the flip side of that is like my Texas A&M Corps Cadets marksmanship team. Great guys, but they
awesome.
compete in like the trooper class. where they've got to be body armor, but they've got to carry all their stuff and run from stage to stage. They shoot the Mammoth,
Sniper
the
Challenge.
Moment Challenge. Doing that, you want to have as light. I think they're running Barrica rifles, and Barrica built them.
Yep.
Great lightweight chassis on it, lightweight gun. Now, that said, when it comes to tactical precision rifle, I'm going with a bolt gun. I mean, I'm going with a gas gun. My SR-25 Mark 11, I ran that all through the global war on terror. And here's why I say that. Is a bolt gun more accurate? 100%. Yeah. Now, if we had to go from one ridge line in the mountains to the other ridge line in Afghanistan, okay, bolt action 338 Lapua, you've got the range, you've got extreme range, that bolt action MRAD, the Barrett MRAD in 300 Norma. It's a 1 mile gun all day long. It's a 1 mile plus gun all day long. To me, that's not combat. That's not combat. I need to not just be able to see the guy. I need to be able to see that the guy is a threat, but he's a threat that warrants deadly force. Not only do I need to be able to see that he is a threat that warrants deadly force, I need to be able to see him in the dark, right? Now you understand I'm not at a mile anymore in the dark. Now, even with good night vision, I'm at 700 meters, maybe 800 meters with an active IR flood. You start bringing closer and closer in. Now, my job was to support the assault force. So now, let's say the assault force is moving in and there's a sentry outside. If I shoot that guy center mass, can he still pull the trigger on that AK and wake everybody else up? Of course he can. Yeah, so even with subsonic ammo, he can pull the trigger on the AK, wake everybody up on target. Nada. I need to be able to zero reflex, kill box, turn off that light switch. Mm-hmm. Oh, and by the way, I have to do it without waking everybody up. So now I have to be able to do that with subsonic ammo. And so basically you're looking 200 meters. To me, 400-500 meters, I want you between 3 and 4. If I could keep 20 guys with AKs in the dark between 300 and 400 meters, I'll take them on by myself. I own that part of the battlefield. Sure. To do that, I don't need a bolt gun. And here's the advantage of the gas gun. Let's say, because we talked about this last night, he was in the second battle of Fallujah the same time I was there in 2004. Mm-hmm. And for the Marine snipers shooting from the second story of a building, or the SF snipers, if I'm going to go put my final firing position on the second or third floor of that building so I can look down that street, for me to get to that second or third floor, even doing a soft clear, I'm still clearing that building. And if you're doing CQB, right, so we're a pair. He's my spotter. Let's say he's got that M4, right? Yep. Or in his case, an M16A4.
Dude, we had an A2 in Fallujah.
A2.
We had an A2, man.
Right? Yeah, A2.
Musket.
Yeah. So he's got an A2, which is semi-auto.
Sure.
Me behind him with that bolt gun, 308. I can flip up scope cap. I can put those 2 bunny ears on my scope cap, both sides of the guy's head. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to send him through the door first, right? That makes sense. We got a room we got to clear. He goes in the room and breaks left where he thinks the threat's more likely going to be. So me as his number 2, I'm going to go to the right with a bolt gun in my hand. He goes to the left and there's nobody there. I go to the right and there's 3 guys in my corner of the room with AKs. I got a bolt gun. You see? So the Marine snipers doing this, they were sling that bolt gun, and now they're trying to do it with a Beretta or a 1911. And so when my spotter went left with his SPR, I went right, but I had a 308 semi-automatic rifle in my hands. And you ask the assaulters, I would run through the shoot houses. I would do all the CQB training with my Mark 11. So back to your question, is there a place in the shit hits the fan scenario for a lightweight bolt gun, yes, but you could probably do that job better with a lightweight gas gun. So I hope I beat that dead horse enough for you. Anything you want to add to that? Or are you good?
I mean, no, you're pretty right on. Like, so my wife actually was one of the first females to finish the Mammoth Sniper Challenge.
Really?
The first
That's cool.
the first female,
Yeah.
the first all-female team to finish it was my
Nice.
wife and her friend Caitlin.
If you don't know what the Mammoth Challenge is, and you guys still got good knees, you want to get out and do a fun running gun, that's a good match to do.
30 miles in 3 days, man. It is hardcore. And I know that the first year she did it, I put her on a gas gun because it was easier to operate, reliable. You know, I know that weapon system. I could maintain it. I could teach her on it. And so in that case, yeah, I agree. The second year, she went with the lightweight bolt gun, like single shot 223 barrel, like stuff like that.
Yeah, super light.
But that's because she had learned her lesson from carrying, a gas gun the year before as a smaller framed female, shooter. It was a lot of.
But you understand these shooting matches, that's not, and you make them as tactical as you want. You can stand in front of the cardboard targets and clear jams because they're not shooting back at you. And so there's a lot, and I'm all about competitive shooting. I am, and I like the tactical side of like the 2-gun competitions and stuff. I think it's fun. I think it's good experience for people. But at the same time, when the guys that win these precision rifle series matches, they go, man, I would have made a great sniper because I outshot all the Marine snipers and all the Ranger snipers.
That's not the same.
Dude, there's very little shooting in being a sniper.
You're not in stalking lanes,
man.
Oh
my God. It just not, but it bothers me when they say that. I got a question, a guy that's actually coming out here. Invader 137. Carl, do you have your coffee grinder with you? I'm bringing you coffee beans and Emery a can of ground coffee this Saturday. Honest, I'll take the coffee beans. I didn't bring my grinder here. One, because I only have so much space in the camper. But what I do is whenever guys send me coffee beans that are already ground, I like to grind mine right before I drink them.
Yeah.
More caffeine. More taste, more caffeine. Whenever people send me ground coffee, what am I going to do? Send it back? Say no, thank you. I'm rude. No, I'm never gonna turn down coffee. Right. But what I do is I put it in the camper or I put it down in the long-term storage. My wife has stuff squirreled away for a rainy day. So bring me beans. If you're already halfway on the road, please bring me beans. I've got coffee here. I normally I've got a travel French press because my glass one keeps breaking whenever I'll get this camper up on one wheel sometimes. And it's a little rough on the glass.
Ever tried the Black Rifle coffee?
Yeah, I have. Of course.
BRCC guys, man.
All right. Who is next here? All right. Next question is from Ghost Anime. I do Susan. If Carl could do hog exterminating, what gun would he bring?
I know this one. Texas.
I'm gonna bring again a 308 gas gun, but I'm also going to bring my Barrett M107 with my API rounds because API and hogs, they just go so well together. Especially, I love to do it at night. So when I put my clip-on thermal on that Barrett and you're using API rounds, I'm here to tell you it's a beautiful thing, dude. You'll jerk a tear.
I will not spend $5 a squeeze on a hog.
Oh, but dude, I have killed laptops with 10-round bursts from the Barrett.
Believe it. I believe it.
Oh, yeah. I got a video. If you've never seen it, you go on, I think it's on Instagram. I start with a Barrett. I put my safety goggles on and I was like, you got to practice good safety when using power tools. And I take the screw gun and I run 3 screws through the laptop keyboard to the wooden table. And then I pick up the Barrett on and empty a mag in, drop the Barrett, bring up the shotgun, empty the shotgun, throw the shotgun down, bring up the AR that's slung on my front, empty that, transition to pistol, emptied all 3 mags. There wasn't. I got slow on the last pistol mag because there wasn't much left to aim at. It wasn't because I was tired. I was having the time of my life.
Wasn't one of them big old Dells they used to have? Big
Yeah, it
giant
was. It
ones,
was. It was a big
yeah.
old ugly Dell.
Nice.
Hey,
Um,
can
now
I ask you guys what your favorite pistol is?
My favorite pistol. What's my favorite pistol? I like a Glock 45, G45. It's a 9mm. That's that.
Yeah, my Glock 19X, which is the same thing, only tan.
Yeah,
yeah. That's
Tan.
kind of my go-to as
Yeah.
well.
You
My
gotta have
hog
an
gun,
optic on it though.
My
You gotta
hog
have
gun, I shoot a Scar heavy. So the 308 Scar
308
with a
gas gun.
Yep.
308 gas gun.
Yep.
See, we're
So
tracking.
I agree with that, man.
We're tracking.
308.
Oh yeah.
308 will drop anything. I live in Texas, so I often go hog hunting, and yeah. You ever use Tannerite?
Yes. Now,
That's
I've never
the
used
best.
Tannerite on hogs, but I've used C4 on hogs.
That works.
Right, a little better. I was in the military then. Full disclosure, I am now. Don't get me wrong. I have an explosive license for the state of Arkansas. When I'm teaching classes there, the facility we teach the classes at has all the ATFE licensing and shit. We explosive cutting tape, Semtech, C4, everything there. That tier 1 group down in Memphis.
I want to come.
So I still get to play with it as a civilian, but that particular event that happened with the hogs around the feeder, that was I want to say it was 4 blocks of C4.
Jesus.
And they're 2.5 pound blocks.
Pork chops and bacon flying through the air.
Oh, Jesus. No, we like to.
No, they were not.
Bait.
We made a mess of those. We made a mess of them. All right. We had another one pop up. Man, we got 10 of questions coming in. Carl, you have any funny snake stories from your time out in the field? Yes, I do. However, I got some great snake stories. I really do. I've had one guy in my recon, 2 guys in my recon platoon bit by snakes, and 1 guy on my A team bit by snakes. And it always makes for entertainment. I'm not doing snake stories tonight. Here's why. My wife has a phobia of snakes, and she's currently driving home with my daughter, and I don't want her to all of a sudden see a shadow on the dashboard and start having post-traumatic stress. Right? So
you've gone too far.
You've gone too
you
far.
You just did it. you already did it. You said too much.
All right. Sorry, honey. I love you. All right. Let's see what else we got. Shwani Scavy. All right. What's a good small handgun for a lady to carry every day? Glock 19. Wait a minute. That's a big gun. Yes, it is. But here's the deal. The problem is girls want a small dainty gun, and the other problem is all you guys are a bunch of dumbasses because you give her the small dainty gun. A small dainty gun it's called a subcompact, and they are too small. They're designed to be pocket backup. Yeah. Nobody practices with a subcompact. And I don't care if it's a Ruger LCP in 380. I don't care if it's a Raven 25. I don't care if it's a
Sig makes a nice 9mm compact.
Yeah, the 365.
Yeah, I have one. It's a great little piece.
But guys do not practice. You'll notice when guys go to the range, they do not practice with those guns as much because, especially the little itty bitty ones, smaller than the 365. 365 is good. The Glock 43X. That's what I use. Yep. My church pistol, my backup. They're better than a lot of the other small ones, but the problem is everybody wants a small, dainty pistol for the lady, but then she won't ever train with it. It kicks. The snap is too bad because it doesn't have any mass to it. So get her to go a little bit larger. Get her with a Glock 19. Get her to learn how to shoot. Get her to enjoy shooting. Get her so she outshoots you, monkey boy.
Yep.
And then what you'll find is when you show her that SIG 365, when you show her that Glock 42, which is a 380, or the Glock 43, 43X, which are single stacked, smaller guns,